Hello, welcome back to Paul's Racing Channel and to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by W Energy Drinks, Drinks for Gamers, and Eldridge Air Conditioning. So, long trip down under now for round 6 of our Porsche Cup Series, and well, from Italy, Monza, and the guys haven't had a lot of time to practice and get used to a bit of jet lag, etc. Here in Australia. Bathurst, Mount Panorama is the venue, one of the most exciting circuits, street circuits, in fact, that there is in the world. And these Porsches are about to have 2 races around it. First race due to start very soon. Both races are 13 laps each, looking at just over 2 minutes a lap here. It's a 3.8 mile anti-clockwise circuit, and well, there's all sorts of fun and games and dramas that could unfold on this mountain street circuit. And once you get up on the top, you should probably know by now, all sort of things can happen through the tricky technical sections, and I'm sure tonight will be no different. So well, I think let's get under it, I think, with this first race, and let's go through that grid. So Motorstorm Hero in pole position. He leads them off into the final corner here. Inky in second, Love Rocket Rods in third, James Stephen, who's back for this round, in fourth, Seamus in fifth, myself, Paul in sixth, Brownie seventh, Niggle in eighth, Sideways George in ninth, Stealth 10th, Hodgie 11th, Slowpoke in 12th, Rossi in 13th, and Brian Moncani in 14th. Missing a couple of drivers here for this one, but still 14 cars on the grid, so great turnout from the Porsche drivers. Let's see if they're all up and awake. Early dawn here at Bathurst. The Motorstorm area trying to get a bit of heat into those tyres as they come through turn 1 hill corner and along the mountain straight now. In a big line. Nothing will change up here. We might have a move up top though. Let's have a look, see what happens up front. Could be a passing opportunity here, but not on this occasion. One streaming through up the hill now towards the cutting. Difficult piece of track this. Got to be careful not to get yourself across that white solid line there on the outside. But everyone's through, I think. Looks okay now as they now begin to get the steep incline up the mountain towards the top. Slowpoke in 12th, Rossi and Brian Moncani through this fast section now before they hit. Oh, when someone's off, I think that's Inky. Yes, straight away Inky. I think he probably don't want to be sitting out there and someone else has been put off. Seamus is there, and there's all sorts of carnage already here on lap 1 up Panorama. Inky started it, but it was 2 separate incidents. There was no one else involved. Seamus, I think, just maybe got put off a little bit. Let's have a look what happened to Inky. I think he probably got himself on the curbing. Got a little bit too far there, but let's stay with him. He's in second as well, which is where he was obviously from grid position. As he comes along here, no dramas there, and he's going to run it wide. Yeah, easy done there, and bang, straight into the curbing. And then what happened to Seamus? Let's go back a little bit now and see. By now, Inky will just about be going off here at this point. Seamus, oh no, he actually hits the inside wall, which then takes him off. He's pointing the wrong way, right up on top of the mountain now before the S's and the dipper. So 2 separate incidents there for Seamus and Inky. That means the race continues. There will be no safety car. Paul's up to fourth already now then, or made up a couple of spots there actually due to Inky's off. So up to fourth goes Paul, but James now looking strong in the Martini Porsche. Looking to have a go at Love Rocket Rods, who's up to second now. Through the chase, you're not going to get it done, but you might get it done on the brakes here. Thought about it, did James, but no, it didn't work out in the end. So just opts to stay behind Love Rocket Rods, which is probably the best decision. Oh, now the final corner. that gets it done. Good move, James, and that just put off Love Rocket Rods a little bit, running wide. Let's have a look. It's a clean move, and then Love Rocket just couldn't get the car turned. Runs it onto the grass, loses all the momentum, all goes past up to third place. Love Rocket slots back into fourth, so just do it a little bit too much on the exit of the final corner, did Love Rocket Rods. Maybe just giving James a little bit too much room as he made the move, made the pass, but ultimately it just cost him a place. Brownie there in 5th place. So looking strong. Looked strong last few rounds, isn't he, Brownie? There's quite a big gap back then to Niggle. There he is in the distance now, coming up the hill, being followed by Sideways George. Through the cutting now. Difficult on the brakes here for these guys to get the car stopped. Stealth in 8th, Podgy 9th. Slowpoke right behind him in 10th place. So now I'm up a little tag of the wall from Slowpoke there. That's allowed Ryan Mulcahy to get right up behind his car. Oh, then Brian has a little bit of a tag on the wall as well. And again, so Brian's tapping the walls there. Oh, and that's Odgie going a bit wide. No. Slowpoke. I think Odgie might have just had to lift a little bit. He looked like he was going a little bit wide, so maybe that's why Slowpoke and Brian have caught up right up to the back of him. But it's a bit of a train here because Ross is there as well, along with Inky, who's now recovered, joined the back of this queue from his off. And again, he's off. Oh, and this time, again, just his own doing. It's on the brakes. He can't get the car turned, and well, back to 14th goes Inky. Rear damage as well from hitting the barrier and gets it going, but going to be a long way back now. Seamus obviously got through as well, so Inky not the best start in the first couple of laps for him. James has cleared Love Rocket, and Paul's got through, as we see. But Love Rocket made that little mistake. Now where's Brownie's just fell back a little bit, so maybe he's made a little mistake somewhere too. He was on the back of Love Rocket, wasn't he? But got a bit of a gap between himself and 4th place Love Rocket now. So something must have happened to Brownie. He's a little bit on his own now, a bit isolated there in 5th place. Niggle still in 6th, Sideways 7th. There's a few passing opportunities up here at on the street circuit, but still some very tight sections, so where you think you can pass isn't necessarily a passing place, and so be a little bit careful, a little bit, make the right decisions on where you're going to make the passes if you're going to have a go. So Niggle sideways, sideways, getting it sideways, literally up the hill there. That's easily done as well. Going uphill, off camber, rear on these Porsches does like to step out a little bit, so you've got to be a little bit careful. Just got to try and control back end, stealth, trying to catch up with Sideways as well. Odgie, Slowpoke, Brian Mulcahy, Rossi, Seamus, Minky we know at the back. Our leader, Motorstorm Hero, lap 3. He's got a clear run now. Can already almost be thinking about relaxing a little bit, having no pressure from behind, no one in front either. So he's got a nice lead over James, who's just coming round the final corner now. So what can James do? Has he got enough? I mean, obviously plenty of time still, but for start lap 4. But it's quite a big gap already that James has got to try and make up if he's going to catch up with Motorstorm Hero, that is. 4:01.5 is the fastest lap so far for Motorstorm Hero. And Love Rocket Rods are still there, so no movement in their positions, all pretty settled. Who's 3? Brownie obviously still there as well on his own. That gap is getting bigger behind him, so Brownie, although he's isolated and on his own a bit, seems to be being even further away from Niggle in 6th. Obviously being early morning as well, dawn time, obviously the sun's not quite up yet, so track temperature is going to be still quite low. It's not cold out there, but obviously track temperature is still going to be a bit low until the sun comes out fully. So I feel particularly nice. Some of these drivers in these cars as they come steaming through the Filamy Park and up towards down towards, I should say, the S's. Seamus looking, oh, who's that? That Slowpoke's made a mistake now. Now, was that too much curb? Maybe you can almost straight line it across there, but you've got to be a little bit careful. You just leave it too late on the brakes. Is it Brian who just put him off in front? No, the car just, well, he's on the brakes, wasn't he? You could tell, you could see that he was trying to stop the thing, but he just wanted to come round on him, and that's the result. He's on his tyres now, front and rear damage. So a lot of damage on Slowpoke's Porsche. It'll take a bit of time for that to settle all the time. The guys ahead of him are pulling away, so he's got a bit of a challenge on now to get past, get with these lot. And look at this battle between Brian Mulcahy and Stealth. Brian's got himself through. Has he? No, yes he has. He's got past Stealth, so Stealth and Brian, it's two teammates, so they weren't going to hit each other, were they? Let's be honest. Got it sorted, and Brian up to 9th place, so he's making moves, is Brian. Let's see how far he can take this. He's got Hodgie as his next victim. And what can he do? Can Brian Mulcahy get onto the back of Hodgie and make the pass? Ahead of him, sideways George, so got an opportunity here, Brian Mulcahy, to get up to 7th. But it's really from this point now, you're going to start to struggle to find a decent passing opportunity until you start to come back down the other side of the mountain, down through sort of Conrod Straight. It's going to be your next opportunity down through towards the chase, but not many passing opportunities up here. It's so tight and twisty that really you're just looking for a mistake from one of the other guys ahead of you to allow you to make that pass. But Brian's he's not hanging around, is he? He tried it there, and that would have been ambitious through there from Brian. So Hodgie, all sorts of pressure now from Brian, but Brian doesn't make the move yet as they come now through down into the S's and the Dipper. So Brian's done the wise thing and just backed off a little bit. So we come now down into the Forest Elbow as Hodgie has a moment. Now this is where he needs to get a good exit, Brian, and then along the straight, bit of slip should, in theory, get the job done on Hodgie, but obviously Hodgie will do everything he can to keep him behind him, but looks like he's lining him up, Brian. Let's have a look. Hoggie's obviously covering, but through the chase, side by side. Ooh, that's tough. Surely, is he going to go around the outside? He does, but maybe just a bit too, yeah, well, lucky, very fortunate there that Brian Mulcahy has not ended up spinning and facing the other way. Let's have another look at that, because that was close between Hodgie. Hodgie wasn't giving it up. He had no reason to. Brian's going around the outside, and Brian trying to cut the nose off of Hodgie, just sort of tagged the front, and Hodgie carried on. Brian controlled it well, but Seamus has had a moment as well, and that's the second moment from Seamus as well, so he's enjoying some of the landscape out here. To be staying on that black stuff though, really. So Stealth and Seamus in 11th, but yeah, back to Brian. He tried it, didn't really succeed. Now Hodgie is pulled away and got away. So that battle will, I'm sure, resume a little bit further into this race. Especially how our leader's getting on. To see if James is actually closing in. Well, leader's coming through up towards McPhillamy Park now through these fast left-handers. James, yeah, he's there. Yeah, he's in sight, and he is catching him, you know. It certainly does look like James. Like that he won't, but can he keep it on? He can. But now he's going to have dirty tyres into the braking zone. Can he get it stopped? He can. Well controlled from James. But that's lost him a bit of time that he did going on Motorstorm Hero. So he's going to have to do that all again. But he's still not that far ahead, but certainly lost a few tenths there. His little excursion across the edge of the grass. Paul's still there in third, and obviously we'll be seeing that James is struggling a little bit in certain areas. Actually, I think it was a bit topsy-turvy between myself and James in terms of he was quicker in some points and then I was quicker than him in other points, which is basically racing, isn't it? I mean, that's how it works. A lot of drivers are like that. Some are quicker in other areas of certain circuits, so there's just sort of been like that. It looked like he was catching him and then they'll pull away. So at this point, obviously, I could see I was getting a little bit closer. James could obviously see me getting closer, and Love Rocket was obviously hanging around out the back there as well, so he wasn't going away either. So this little battle for the top 3 places is on. Brownie, well, can be quite lonely when you're in a race and you're your own like this, really. Got no one to kind of have a battle with, no one to work on in terms of slipstream in the fast areas, these straights, that obviously being a prime example. But he's just going to have to keep staying where he is and just say, as I always say, I should say, just keep going. You never know what happens ahead of you. There might be some incident and get by that way. Don't know what he is, who knows, but he'll carry on, Brownie. As I say, he's been looking strong over the last few rounds. Looks like he's got himself settled and sorted with the Porsche now. As you can see, look at the sun coming out now as we see Niggle coming through. The sun's just, and Niggle, well, we did go through and then he didn't. And that was the end of that, and he can't get the car turned, and he's going to be right in a very awkward place. And it's lucky that no one's hit him there. Does pull out of the way though, in fairness to him, so it does stay out of the way. It's very difficult if you have an off here. There's just nowhere to go, especially if you're sideways. Not sideways as in the driver, but if you're sideways on the circuit around Mount Panorama, you're trying to get the thing turned and facing the right way, but it's impossible really to avoid, or the other cars avoiding you, because you've got no runoff that you can just kind of park up and get out of the way. You literally are in man's land, hoping that you're not going to get hit. So he did well, got himself out of the way, but does fall back to 10th place in stealth. Now, almost clinging onto the back of him. 11th. So start lap 8. So we are past the halfway mark now in this race, this first race. And who's that turning back? That's Seamus. And he's had a disaster, hasn't he, round here? Again, does the right things, just waits, but then and that's not quite the way to do it, but now he might get himself wedged in, and I think he goes past, and that's now he's stalled it, and now he's trying to get it turned, and oh well. The body shop guys will be on the case there, because there's going to be some right angles on that car that weren't there when it started. Seamus gets it going, and about sums it up, doesn't he? So we'll have a quick look then and see what happened to Seamus. Yeah, it's just a curb, wasn't it? Just the back wheel, and it's quite harsh actually, because there wasn't a lot wrong there really. You can use that curb, but for some reason it didn't like it, and spat him out on that one. And as we see, he does eventually get it going with, amazingly, just a little bit of front damage. So apart from the bodywork, Rossi in 14th. So Rossi down to 14th. He's been off somewhere. So maybe it's a long way back as well behind Seamus even, so he's going to struggle to get anything more out of this race one. Be hoping for a little bit better in race two, I'm sure, for Rossi. So our leader, still the 2:01.5. He hasn't improved on that. No one's improved on that. It's still the fastest lap of the race so far, and he's now looks to be a bit of a rhythm round here now. There's Motorstorm Hero ahead of James, second still. Love Rocket has got past Paul, so where did that boo take? Did Paul make a mistake? What did I miss? Let's have a look. Is it down the... Yeah, it's along the straight here, Paul. Now, maybe Paul had a penalty. I think that might have been what it was. He had to take the penalty off. So that's messed up his run along the Conrod straight and allowed Love Rocket to get through. So now Love Rocket up into third place, Paul back to fourth. We'll be looking now to return the favour as quickly as possible. Love Rocket rods have still got James Stephens in their sights, so second place is there still for grabs as well. But Paul will try everything he can to get past Love Rocket. So come up Mountain Straight. Up the hill now towards the cutting on lap 9. So Paul will just sit there now behind Love Rocket. See if he gets a pass done. Can he return the favour down the Conrod straight? If they get that far without one of them losing it. Through the S's and the Dipper nicely. Now down towards Forest Elbow. Oh, and Love Rocket, that was a big moment for Love Rocket. A lot of sliding, and that's allowed Paul that momentum now. Better exit through that Forest Elbow corner. Now can he play the favour here, or return the favour I should say. I don't think he's going to be close enough. He's not going to have a go through the chase, that's for sure, for Paul. Hard on the brakes now through the other side, down towards the final corner. So this is brewing up nicely here. We see him go over the line to start lap 10. Behind them still, we've got Brownie still on his own in fifth, and then a massive gap back then to Brian, who's taken Niggle. So Brian is up to sixth place, Niggle in seventh. So Brian has made his way to sixth. But that might be all he's going to get as well here in this race, which is good. It's good. Sixth will be good. But I'm just going by the gap between himself, fifth place Brownie. In fact, we're on lap 10 now. Still a long way to go, of course, in this race, even with well, almost 4 laps still to run. Looks like a big gap back to Brian that I don't think he's going to be able to get closer to. So Niggle 7th, got some damage there on his headlights, cracks, and also he's hit the wall somewhere. So 7th for him. Stealth up to 8th now, so Stealth is making his way through. Slowpoke in 9th. Keith 10th, still trying to recover from his off at lap 1. So He's going to keep going. Hodgie now just falling back to 11th place. With James, with Sideways in 12th. Seamus in 13th. What an eventful race he's had, Seamus. And then Rossi in 14th place. Still trying to do his best to catch up with Seamus. So Rossi going up now towards McPhillamy Park. Across the skyline. Big hit from Rossi on the wall there. Look at that view across Bathurst, the region. The Storm Hero. James second. Love Rocket third, still holding off Paul in 4th place. As close as he's been for a little while as Paul, still trying to get past Love Rocket. Rods. Oh, it's just clipped the wall, Paul, so that's going to slow him down a little bit, just pushing hard through there. Fortunately, didn't get any damage. Fortunately, didn't really lose him that much time, but just a little clip of the outside wall. Inside even. Oh, and there's the mistake from Love Rocket. Oh, and it's gone. Love Rocket couldn't get it down right through the S's. The dipper there, he made a mistake. Let's have a look. Difficult place to recover from. Yeah, it's on the brakes, bit of a slowpoke really came round. Paul's obviously seen it, dive down the inside. Had to just take avoiding action and get past Love Rocket. Did well to get it back low in 4th, so actually controlled that quite well. That was a difficult one through when you're heading down hill on the brakes, when you've got no brakes, got no control, and so trying to stay out of the way of other drivers. Did well there, Love Rocket, so really just losing that one place. That might well be it for Love Rocket. He may have, that might be 3rd place gone for him in this race. Brownie now obviously is closed in too, so his eyes will now have lit up a little bit, and he can see 4th place in his view now. Something to aim for, something to go for. So what can you do for Brownie so far? So come round now to start lap 12, the penultimate lap. Through Hell Corner and up Mountain Straight, or it will be the second to last time for these drivers. Brian Marcani in 6th now, just heading across the start finish. And Nibble's caught up again, hasn't he, Nibble? He's back on it. But is there time for Nibble to make place up to 6th place? Stealth in 8th, and look at this battle. Inky 9th, Slowpoke. In fact, I think Inky's got through to 9th, hasn't he? So he's got past Slowpoke. He's now attacking Stealth up Mountain Straight, and I fancy a move here on from Inky on Stealth. Yeah, this is one of the passing opportunities up here at the right hander for you. Go up towards cutting, easily done, well executed, and Stealth giving plenty of room for Inky. So up to 8th he goes. Stealth in 9th now, Slowpoke 10th. So if we've got this little 3-car battle to the end, this is going to be something quite spectacular between these 3. Sideways just off the back of these in 11th, Seamus in 12th. But this through here, Slowpoke going to be grabbing a lot of dirty air off of Stealth's back of his car as well through there. It's going to be affecting radiator in the car, heat going through. Actually, probably isn't affecting the radiator in these cars, is it? Because of these cars, isn't the radiator? I don't even know if it's at the front, it's probably at the back in these cars. But anyway, all that heat, dirty air coming off of Stealth. Sideways, there he is in 11th. I don't know anything about mechanics of a car. I just get in and drive, if I'm honest, so who knows. Answers on the postcard, please. Seamus in 12th, Hodgie 13th, and Rossi, his teammate, in 14th. So I'd imagine now our leaders are on the final lap. They are, and it is still Motorstorm Hero. It looks like he's led it right from the start. Well, he shaves the wall. James, valiant effort from James. Hasn't quite worked out for him, but second's good. Didn't quite have enough to get Motorstorm Hero in the end. So he might have to settle for second place for James. Paul, well, he's in third, but he's Love Rocket. Not let him get away, is he? Love Rocket is, as I say, I think it's too late for him to get anything but more than a fourth, but certainly keeping Paul honest there ahead of him. Considering he had the off at that point, Love Rocket, he's pushing really hard, but it's just going to run out of time, I think. So we've got a couple of more corners left. So with that said, let's go back to our leader as he comes through the chase now the other side. Out towards the final corner. Congratulations to Motorstorm Hero, led it from the start to take victory here in race 1. Mount Panorama, Bathurst. Congratulations, Motorstorm Hero. And he did get that fastest lap, which stayed there all race, a 2:01.5. James will come in second place, which I'm sure he'll be happy with. Well done. Paul will come in third place to take that final spot on the podium. And then Love Rocket in fourth. Brownie fifth. It's a top 5. And Brian, it looks like he just made a little mistake there. Looks like he just got it going, but it's not going to matter. Still going to finish in 6th place for Brian. He did well actually to get himself through the field, got himself up to 6th, but it's as far as he could go. Well done to Brian. Eagle will come in 7th. He'll probably be a little bit disappointed with that, maybe. But well done. Inky, 8th for him. Again, had that big off, didn't he? So to get 8th was good going still. Just ahead of Slowpoke, gets 9th. Slowpoke 10th. Sideways 11th. It was close there, wasn't it? 9th, 10th, and 11th place. We've got Seamus, who's had one of the most eventful race here. Seamus, all sorts of things going on, but gets 12th in the end. And then Hodgie, 13th, will be disappointed with that from his point of view, I'm sure. His teammate Rossi, who well, I think he'd give up in this race a long time ago, but he's going to finish it anyway. But maybe his head's now thinking about race 2 and what he needs to do for that. So he comes down now through the chase and towards the final corner for the last time to take that 14th place and to complete the field here in race 1. So well, great race again from the Porsche drivers. Hopefully race 2 will be just as eventful. So join me for that soon. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Bye for now.